managing the maturity phase of a transactional two-sided platform with the goal of making it sustainable and growing it over time, we talked about the possibility of adding new players to the system. This is an innovation logic called ecosystem innovation. And the supply-side extension is a possible strategy to implement it. A second innovation logic to evolve a platform goes under the name of data push innovation and is related to the possibility of implementing typical orthogonal two-sided strategies. For example, the platform provider can decide to enable privileged relationships between the two sides by facilitating the matchmaking for some clients of the second side who decide to pay the platform to increase their visibility. The logic of a client as a target and client as a source, typical of a two-sided orthogonal, are merged into a strategy called transactional advertising. For example, Booking.com allows hotels that go on its platform to pay for an additional service to facilitate the match with the other client, using the data available on the platform to facilitate this match. In this way, the platform provider develops an ad hoc service for a site, leveraging typically orthogonal dynamics and creating additional revenue streams. From a modeling perspective, the evolution is different in this case. Instead of adding new groups of customers, platforms work on the type of relationship that already exists between the sides already on board, using data as a mechanism typical of orthogonal platforms. Speaking of supply-side extension, we introduced the ecosystem innovation logic, given the possibility to introduce new players into the system. Speaking of transactional advertising, on the other hand, we introduced the data push innovation logic. What if these two innovation logics are combined? Would it be possible to introduce a new side leveraging the orthogonal and database logic? This innovation logic is the combination of the previous ones and goes under the name of multi-sided epiphany. This is the case, for example, of Skyscanner. The company is famous as a flight aggregator, basically connecting airlines with travelers. However, the company realized that they had collected over the years a particularly relevant set of information about what people are looking for and what airlines offer. Understanding this led them to create data packages that are sold to airports through a service called Skyscanner Partners. This service allows value to be created for a new actor who is brought into the system, while the platform captures the value created by the transactional structure. As in the case of client as a source strategies on orthogonal two-sided markets, this strategy is called data trading, because data is sold by going to identify a new orthogonal client to be included into the ecosystem. To summarize, a platform can evolve according to two logics: ecosystem innovation, which consists in bringing new sites on board; data push innovation, which consists in exploiting the intrinsic value in the data collected by the platform. And the combination of these logics brings to a multi-sided epiphany. Moreover, we saw three different strategies to implement these logics: supply-side extension, as in the case of Airbnb with the experience providers; enhanced advertising, as in the case of Booking.com; and data trading, as in the case of Skyscanner with Skyscanner Partners. It is important to note that these strategies are not alternatives to each other, but are free possibilities that can also coexist to allow a platform to move from a simple two-sided structure to a multi-sided platform. This last analysis of two-sided platforms allows a strong parallel to be drawn with product platforms. Creating a transactional structure can become the starting point for making innovation by engaging other actors and establishing new relationships with those already on board. These three innovation logics show how two-sided platforms can become a basic architecture on which to create more complex systems, creating true ecosystems with a platform provider at the center.